Welcome back to the Abundant Harvest Homestead. Today's featured project is the CELLAR storm shelter build. This is very important for food storage, but also for safety for our family in dangerous weather. It's been an exercise in creativity and resourcefulness, and a lot of skills, a lot of tools, even some heavy equipment has been brought. Many hands and many people have participated in this, and it has been years in the making. But it keeps getting better and better, and if we would have went with the original design, it would not be what it is going to be. We just got to stick to this thing to get it done. By the end of this video, I hope to actually have food stored in it and have it be functioning, and in this project, perseverance has been key. And today's featured product is the Olafus Rechargeable Work Light. It features a 360-degree rotation, USB charging. It has 2,000 lumens, multiple light modes. It provides hours of light per charge. It has a sturdy stand, and it quickly became our go-to light at night here on the homestead. Stay tuned for more details. Welcome back to the Abundant Harvest Homestead. I'm Papa Pepper. In this episode, I'm going to see if I can't get this root cellar functional. Now actually, we pulled in a major harvest of sunchokes, and I was looking for a place to store some of that, and I'm like, why don't I just stick the buckets down in the root cellar? So they're down here already. They're doing good. I like the fact that I can put them in here, but I've got to get it where I can use this for what I'm designing it for, which is going to be a whole bunch of canned goods storage. I'm going to be testing a product in this video because I think it's going to help me a lot. I've actually put it through months of testing just to make sure. If somebody asks me to review a product, I don't like take it out of the box, use it for 30 minutes and be like, this is awesome. That's not how life works. I like things to be tested for a little bit longer, put through a number of situations, and then go from there. But for here, I want to paint the ceiling, and I also want to take care of something at the ground level. So when we originally dug this hole, I put in the ICF concrete forms and we filled them. Then later we poured a concrete slab, but the concrete slab that is the floor does not connect to the concrete inside of here, so it has a layer of styrofoam where, like for instance, here's a hole. I don't want a hole there. It's probably part of the reason why this thing is drained as well as it did when it was open before I poured the lid on top of it. But I don't want a hole there because then anything in the ground could potentially get in here and cause me problems. So I'm going to mix up some mortar, and I'm just going to fill in all of my cracks around the outside. The walls are already painted. Pinky Pepper did a good job. I helped out with that. And I'm going to hit the ceiling with what I got left. Because right now, this is still just gray. It's a nice light gray, that's fine, but I think by painting it, it's just gonna make it a little better down here. I think we're gonna like it better. And then, once I get those two taken care of, I think I'm gonna start bringing racks down here, start spacing things under the actual spacing, and then also, I want to install the ventilation system. I've got the holes drilled for it, they're ready to go. I think I have the pipes for it, I just got to finish it, so hopefully I'll be doing that as well. So we're a little dusty in here, but we're also a lot cleaner. Good to paint the ceiling, probably more to the bottom. Then I'll do a final clean. Now, the tool I'm going to be testing out this video is this Olafus light. It's the rechargeable one, so you don't need a battery for it. It's the LEA 10G, and wow! Yeah, this thing lights up really good. It runs both lights. If you push the button once, switches to one. If you push the button again, switches to the other one. If you push the button again. I've ran this thing for months. It quickly became one of our go-to flashlights, like the predominant one we use. If the children have chores to do at night and it's dark already, this is the one they ask for. We took it on a week-long camping trip, and boy, I don't know if we had to recharge it the whole time we were there. We only used it kind of walking around a little bit at night and find stuff, so it wasn't like it was on for an incredible period of time, but I don't think we charged it on that week-long camping trip. We just made sure it was charged when we started, and I ran this thing on a full charge. It was like 5.5 hours before it even began to diminish, and that was on full strength, so I was pretty impressed with that. We're gonna see how this lights this up though as I work, and if I gotta finish this stuff after dark, this will help too. To show you what I'm dealing with, I'll turn on this flashlight. Yeah, see? There's a hole there, and a hole there. Okay. You got that there, like a mouse could squeeze through. I'm not sure if it'd be like 8-9 feet underground, but worms or centipedes or other things could. Over in this corner looks a little interesting, might be packed with a little dirt. Little hole there. Over here in that corner too. That one. There. And then over in this corner, we got that guy and some stuff going in there. Now, some years back when I was working on my wood stove install, I took some rocks out of the creek, decided to do some rock and mortar, and Heath Doty sent me this. I'll link his channel up here. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to mix my mortar where it'll be able to squeeze through here, and I'll apply it not only in those holes, but probably just run a bead of it all the way along the perimeter just to make it tougher. I'm going to mix it up in here, and I'll be using some Type S mortar, some mason mix. So let's see if I can get this mixed up and ready to go. And while I'm doing that, I think I'm going to have Mama Pepper work on something here that I've been waiting for. Now this here is pretty much going to be what the inside looks like. We're going to have an aisle to walk down. There's going to be stuff stored here, a lot of our canned goods. Underneath, we'll probably have some buckets, and I may raise those off the floor too. I'm not sure how I'm doing everything yet, but under one of them, I'm going to leave enough space that we can also sit underneath it. So these here, I want to be able to label them and know who's in this row. We are going to put a lip on this thing. So I've got some different boards cut because I think that the #1 mistake a lot of people who homestead or prep or other things make is not having a lip on their shelf. If something shakes the earth, which we've even felt tremors here in the Ozarks, all your precious stuff that you worked hard for could fall off, you know, and unlike cans from the store, which yes, you had to exchange some of your life to get the money to buy the stuff from the store, but you know, a 55-cent can of green beans falling off the shelf, hitting the ground and getting dented is way different than planting and weeding and watering and harvesting and rinsing and cutting and canning and taking your glass jar of homegrown stuff, putting it up there, and then having that get shaken off. So I'm gonna put a lip on them all so people can rattle, but they're not gonna jump off. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna paint with chalk paint along here. I'm gonna sand these up a little bit, rough them up a little bit. I'm gonna have Mama Pepper come out with a can of some sprayed chalk paint and just spray it along that edge, let that dry, and then each year we'll be able to put like pickles 2023, you know, and we'll know that that row is, that's what that is. And then we can wipe it off later and do it again. I learned this at a really cool one I was at once where they had an outdoor kitchen really close to a root cellar. That's what we're doing, and they had that, and I thought that's so wise. I've bought the stuff for it a long time back because I knew that's the route we were gonna go. It was just so wise. So I'm just gonna rough this up real quick to get that paint to stick. And then while I'm downstairs working on that, Mama Pepper can work on this. One of the things I like about this light, you can set it at all sorts of different angles, so it's real easy to stand and then make it shine exactly where you want it. You all done?
All done.
You think this will work?
Yep, I think it'll work.
So I've still got quite a bit to do as I get downstairs and organize, and these shelves will all be put at the appropriate height for jars and stuff like that,
Okay.
or buckets.
Okay, so you're not actually leaving them where they are?
Nope,
Okay.
nope. They need to be at something that makes the absolute most sense.
Right, and use up the room that makes sense.
Right. But we'll get a little box of chalks and we'll keep it somewhere on one of the shelves. We can just write whatever we want, you know?
Sure.
And then you can see there's some kind of cubby holes that are deeper that are going to be unlabeled. You see where those are, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So those will be where we just tuck things, you know, around the corner and to do that. But also our canned goods and other things will be in here. So if we've got just a bunch of stuff, you know, we can always write like, you know, canned peas, carrots, corn with a little arrow, and they're all tucked back in that cubby or something like that.
We could, or we could just paint those sections too. And we could still reach in there and mark them.
Oh.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah. Depending on where they line up. You're right.
If you move the shelves.
Okay.
We could possibly still do that. Do you have another bottle?
I do. I bought two when I bought it. Use the whole one up. Good. That means I got a good clear coat. And I could do that because we got pints, we got quarts, we got canning stuff. So maybe I'll make sure they're all at different heights.
Sure.
But then visibility, you'll have to look through cans to read it kind of too.
Okay.
You know, if one's packed, you won't be able to see what the other shelf says.
Sure.
So, yeah, we'll figure it out. It's an experiment.
Yeah. It won't take much to mark those, so, you know.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, do you ever use that Olafus flashlight I got? That rechargeable one?
The little small one?
With the handle?
Yes.
And the two things? What do you think of that?
One?
Yeah.
I really like it.
Yeah.
I think it works really well.
Did we only charge it once for that entire camping trip?
Pretty bright.
I think we charged it to start with, because it's got like a 5.5 hour life before it really starts diminishing on full blast.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think we charged it when we were camping. We just charged it before we went.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a nice bright light. I do like that.
Of course, that was full moon that week too, so we would have needed less light.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna get downstairs and get my stuff continued. Thank you for your help.
You're welcome. It's glad to help and be a part of the root cellar preparation and finishing.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'll clean that up a little more when it dries, and it's hard for me to get the right consistency, but I do got pretty much mortar around the entire bottom here with the holes filled in. It's basically like a form of caulk is how I'm using it. I just wanted something tougher than caulk, so I like this. Time to move on to the roof. You can see that line all the way around the outside. Yeah, this will help. Time for that guy. Well, looks pretty good. I used up the paint I had. Definitely changes the look in here. So I appreciate that. I think I'm ready to start working on those shelves again, and might have to work in the evening, get into this a little more. I'll also insert a clip of like one of my daughters doing the chores with this, and then also a short clip of me, you know, running out of daylight, having to record a video where I was just talking to the camera, but in the middle of the night, and it did incredible. I like the way it lit it up. It did very good. That full video will be linked over here, but I'll insert a clip and then show you some of my daughter doing the chores using this one, because they've been using it a lot lately, and it's really the go-to for our family. If we have an option, this is the one we've been choosing. I'll roll some footage of Pinky doing chores with this light while I narrate. This Olafus 2000 lumen rechargeable LED work light is super handy, useful, and it appears to be built homestead tough, which is very important to us. Too many things break easily, aren't designed to be used rigorously on a frequent basis, and stuff like that really doesn't have much purpose in my life. But this one has held up to a lot of use by a lot of our family members for multiple months now. I like it because it's lightweight and compact. It weighs just over a pound, less than 20 ounces. It's roughly just under 8 by 8 inches and about 2 inches thick. So it has the two lighting modes, and they say it'll last about 4 hours with the double light turned on and about 8 hours with the single light turned on. But when I tested it, I'd used it for a while, then gave it a full charge after using it, you know, off and on for some time. And I think it was like 5.5 hours before it even started to diminish when I had it on full brightness, which was very impressive. I really appreciated it because a rechargeable light should be able to last a decent amount of time. The stand is incredibly adjustable. It also doubles as a handle, and this light has a 360-degree rotation, which means you have a very stable stand. You can set it on the ground and then provide light at any angle. It's very affordable, and it comes with a 2-year warranty and a money-back guarantee. You can either order directly from Olafus or on Amazon, and it's been available on Amazon since June of 2023. Based on the reviews there, I mean, it's got a 4.4 stars out of 5. So it's not just myself and my family who appreciates this. It appears to be what the customers are giving the feedback for as well. With these shorter winter hours, it gets dark so quick. I've used it to, you know, record videos after dark, and I was really happy with that. If it's not bright enough, my camera has trouble focusing, but it had no problem with this light. It was awesome. And then also for working after dark, there's a lot that needs to get done sometimes in winter after the sun goes down. This has filled that niche in our life. And they say in case of emergency, you can actually use the USB port on it too, that this light can be used as a power bank to charge your phone. Haven't done that yet, but I think that is so wise that if you're going to be able to store power to also be able to transfer that power to something else like a phone, which may be more useful to you than a light at some time, like if it's daytime. I think that's a really good feature to have. So links to both the Olafus site and the Amazon link will be provided in the description and the pinned comment. Well, after dark now, and I got the light going. We got some stuff that shouldn't freeze. That's kind of why I was getting all that canned stuff that was outside protected from the rain, but it needed to be warmer. I didn't want those cans freezing, so we got them down there. Got something else I don't want it to freeze, so we're going to get that going, and then we'll cover our hole and we should be good. Here, we're going to take everything off of here and move it over there. Let's get that tray underneath here.
The black one?
Yeah. Got a young harvest from earlier.
There you go.
I want to hang it for a bit. We're getting to 28, 29, 30 tonight, so I don't want it to freeze. And if I put it down here, is it warmer here than outside?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is. And in the summer, what should it be?
Cooler.
Cooler. So this is amazing. Just to have this capability for us, for our family, this is huge. I already got sun chokes in here. Now some harvest. I love it. I'm excited. I want to salt cure some of this and just dry it too. What do you think?
That'd be good.
That'd be good. Tasty stuff. Alrighty. If there wasn't so much going on tonight, I'd probably keep working with this light. But I think I'm where I need to be. So I can go to bed. But yeah, the Olafus, this one is absolutely amazing. I didn't want to be constrained by a cord, and I hate buying batteries. We live in such a day and age where everything should really just have its own internal batteries that you can charge. The only thing I like to have a battery that you can remove is my cell phone. I actually appreciate that, but this one has worked out incredible for us. It quickly became a favorite, right?
Yes, sir.
And really, you know, even in a situation like this, especially with everything painted white, I could sit here and just work all night and it wouldn't matter. You know, I would have all the light I would need to see. Actually, if I had a full charge on this, I'd probably get about a 6-hour shift. Because like I said, it's like 5.5 hours before it even starts diminishing. And then of course my eyes would be just adjusting to it since it's dark out anyway. It'd be diminishing, but I'd still be able to see, so. Works good for us. I can't wait to get a door on here. We're actually just gonna drop a sheet of plywood over the opening and that'll be it, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, Olafus, thank you for letting us test this out. You guys were moving forward with this root cellar. I got some ideas on how to get this thing done and we're excited. So we'll see you next time.
Monster truck out.
Pop out.